Hello everyone, it's Vinny here from Football Shedz. In today's episode, I'm here to talk about Rangers 1, Lyon 4. Well, I should just be like wordless. I shouldn't say nothing, but I have to talk about this, And first of all, we lost the game because of one simple reason. Our players, they just didn't do their job. They never do, like I said before in this channel, being capable to beat village clubs from Scotland doesn't mean absolutely nothing for a club in the level of Glasgow Rangers, and this is, it's like beating village clubs, it's nothing. Rangers should be set to play in Europe, to be professional football in an actual way, and we have one of the worst ever European defenses, I am quite surprised how did we beat Malmo away. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. Quite surprised. I was predicting a defeat, because of performances like this, because of behavior like this. Our players, they just simply don't work. They don't do nothing. They don't care about anything whatsoever except for the weekly wage. I told that before in this channel, and I'm here saying the same thing again, just for the result. My point is already proven, and talking about like the statistics, horrendous misses, the way these players, they missed the ball in front of the target in the early stages of the game, because they started in a dynamic offensive football, which was quite nice to see, but they just didn't have a defense on the back to hold the counter-attacks. And Lyon simply and easily realized that if you don't have a defensive backup on the behalf of your midfield, you concede. You concede because all of your players are up forward and they won't be fast enough to go back into defense. And I tell you what, Kevin Proper and John Souttar together on a European game, this is an absolute shame. This is an absolute embarrassment. Kevin Proper is he's a horrible CB. John Souttar is a horrible CB. I just don't know why Rangers signed John Souttar in the first place. He was a player of Hearts. Hearts don't do nothing inside Scotland, and they don't do nothing in Europe. The last achievement Hearts had was winning one game in Europe, while Celtic and Rangers were getting absolutely arsed and humiliated in the Champions League, And there is more humiliation to come, because with a team like that, weak, soft, bad, with lack of quality, with no defense whatsoever, we will be humiliated by Manchester United. We will be humiliated by Tottenham Hotspur. We will be humiliated by Olympiacos. And we will be outclassed by OG Nice, which is another French team. You have to understand that the French teams like Lyon and OG Nice, they constantly play against high standard level of football, PSG, Olympique Marseille, and some other ones, and the budget of the French league is much higher than the Scottish one. So that's why Lyon, they could just had the capacity and the skills to defend the attack which was coming from Rangers. Easy. Easy. They play against PSG, they play against Marseille. Of course they will hold the line against Rangers, even when Rangers had a certain decent dynamic attack in the beginning, but anyway, they didn't even need to bother doing much, because the Rangers defenders, they just helped them. The fullbacks, they were absolutely horrendous. Should I expect any sort of quality from James Tavernier? Of course not. He's a dead player. He's just like a random guy dressed up as a Rangers player. Should I have any sort of faith or whatever on Kevin Proper and John Souttar? Of course not, mate. How the hell do you sign a defender who conceded an own goal in his debut, and he just laid in the ground while Celtic is making an attack and score? It's like, how many times have he costed us? He's just like a Dutch Conor Golson with no quality and no football skill whatsoever. He's just getting a weekly wage for doing nothing, just embarrassing himself. Seriously, I'm just being realistic. The same thing is about John Souttar, mate. Same thing is about John Sosa. What Rangers needs to do as soon as possible is getting an actual football manager who can see that we must have a proper defender. Like the last time we had a decent defender was Philip Helander, but now we have none. We don't have any defender. It's an absolute shame. It's an absolute shame. Ibrox loud and proud, the Union Bears couldn't stop singing, and even so, you guys managed to lose 4-1 at home. Don't blame the ref. Don't blame Lyon, because Lyon players, they just did their job. Fair play to them. And Rangers just didn't. All the 4 goals conceded by Rangers were absolutely pathetic. And obviously the defense is to blame, as well as the manager. That was absolutely horrible. They have no respect whatsoever to us, the fans, the people who pay money to the club. These players and these managers, they don't respect us. They don't like us. They don't give nothing about us, mate. They don't care about us. They just don't have any sort of respect or commitment to make the fans who pay their wages happy. That's pretty much it. They're absolute shit. They're absolute natural losers. That's what they are. I couldn't be more clear about anything, and unfortunately, this is pretty much it. I am really sorry to let you guys know that we will suffer more embarrassment and humiliation in the next fixtures to come in the Europa League. We will, absolutely. So that's really sad. Still supporting the club, and we are Rangers, super Rangers. No one likes us, even the player and the manager, and we don't care. Hit like, bottom, subscribe. We're Football Shedz. See you next episode.